totally apologize for that. As y'all coming back in and y'all see this on the rebroadcast or whatever, I think it's time for a new phone. I've been like I done dropped this joint a couple of times filming and stuff like that. I think I overuse the phone a lot, and I think that's the problem. And I'm sorry for that. But something just happened. Like I clicked off for a second or whatever. When I clicked off, usually I can come right back in, and instead what it did was it just locked the whole damn screen. The shit was weird. I was like, whoa, you serious here? And so it wouldn't let me, it told me at first that I couldn't, it wouldn't refresh YouTube itself. And then, hold on, I'm sharing this so I can make sure people know I'm back over here. It wouldn't let me share anything at first. Excuse me. It wouldn't let me use any of the tools on YouTube. And the whole screen went black on YouTube. So I came back. What's going on? I'm back, y'all. Yeah. The whole screen went black on YouTube. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? So then I went to my phone, and when I went to my phone, I had no internet service. I'm like, what the hell is that about? And so I turned the phone off, restarted it. That didn't work. Did it again, and then like the third or fourth time that I restarted the phone, now it comes on. I need a new phone. That's just a fact. Like I use my phone a lot, especially here. Y'all see me daily doing lives and all this stuff or whatever. It really takes a toll on this phone, but I think it's more so I dropped it a couple times, or more than a couple of times. I think that last one I did it. I even with the case on it, it's just like some shit is just like if it hits a certain edge or whatever. And so I got this big crack up here. So if y'all donate to anything, donate to that shit. Shit. Just give me a new phone. Oh yeah, and a steady cam. So that way when I'm filming outside, it's not all shaky and everything like that for you guys. You can see it nice and clear, and it stays in, you know what I mean? That's for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all know I go out more than anything. Back to Huggy motherfucking Pampers. Let's get back to Huggy. This motherfucker over here. She and I think where I left off was if I'm right. We were talking about the differences between her love, between TJ and Aisha, and the love that Jag still has for this one. And I think that's a testament to one of the fights they're getting into. And I think it's going to attest to one of the physical fights they get back into. Thank you, Annette. Annette hit me, you too. She was like, yo, what happened? I was like, yo, the whole shit locked up. That same thing happening again, Annette. I need me a new phone. Like, freaking, like, last time this happened, but it happened because of the data. And then the phone just started messing up. It was like, I don't know, these things, they don't have a shelf life like they used to. Like these things used to last you like a year. So now you get 7 months out of it, and it's overused with the freaking cell phones here. Like for real. Because this one right here is taking a pound, but shit. It's like, look, nigga, it's going to be me and you. I don't think I'm just telling you. I'm getting sick. I got a little cold. Shit. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I think ultimately what you're going to see happen, they're going to probably try to run this for a script. Mark me when I say this. I think ultimately that TJ and her are going to get into a fist fight. That's my prediction. I think these two, as a lesbian couple, or however you want to call it and define it, I think they have a lot of different issues brewing up, and they're trying to coddle each other, and it's just not working out. It's just not working out. And that will be the storyline for the next month and a half, how they broke up. You know what I'm saying? And who's saying what about who or whatever. Isn't that how it goes with everybody that crosses a path? They become like a star on their own and shit. Like, you know what I mean? If anything, you got to give the chick that much, right? But I ain't never want that to be the case with me. I don't suggest that y'all let that be the case with many of you vloggers that are out there. Don't let her become the defining definition of whether or not you a star or not. Like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? What time is it right now, guys? All right, we got more than enough time, more than enough battery power, so we're good. And again, I apologize, guys. I had some technical difficulties with my phone or whatever the case may be. But I want to get back into these things I heard with Regina. Now, the next thing I heard Regina said, and I'll rehash the last thing once I get back in momentum here. One of the things that I heard Regina also describe was how the fact that she tried to break up the relationship between her and Genesis. And that kind of disturbed me too. It was like a lot of animosity, a lot of, a lot of greedy stuff there, whatever, whatever. Some YouTube footage, as we use and call it here. And I was like, wow, this is really some nefarious, dirty, undermined shit. See, the trajectory was she was supposed to get this girl to not like her, and then in return, very, ninth grade twattage at its best. And so I was just kind of disturbed because I was just like, yo, listen, man. You brought this girl all the way there from Detroit, and that's where she's from. You have her sleeping on a sofa. I keep trying to tell you, I was trying to tell y'all in cold one day, but y'all ain't get it. There's a lot of chicks out here sleeping on sofas. This would be the same chick that be like, I only eat at such and such restaurants. I only wear such and such. Listen, in Manhattan, especially when I used to work at the record companies, I used to see these girls, and they would go on dates with dudes to get something to eat for the night. I swear to God to you. Now, I know y'all ain't gonna believe me when I say that shit, but I swear to God to you, it's the truth. Damn, for real. So, y'all heard me, like, y'all laughing at the job. I'm dead serious. There was chicks that would go on dates with dudes because they was hungry. Not because of they were interested. They ain't even interested in guys. I've seen it happen a million times. Or get presents. That's the other one. Especially in the music industry I was in. Presents all the time. So I said to myself, when I see TJ and I see this one constantly, daily, arguing, and then I match it with what Regina said of her constantly getting up day to day, arguing, and then intensifying as the time went on because of pure simple fact she wanted her separated from Genesis. If I'm not here, you're not going to be here. That's my friend, not your friend. And then you, in turn, you came here on YouTube and talked about your friend. In the despicable tone, may I add. Because that was just crazy to me. She's gaining followers for all these shenanigans. She's gaining followers. Very few, but she's gaining still steady to less. But she doesn't have more followers than the people that talk about her. They ain't that interesting. This is a star that at one time had a Coca-Cola commercial. A Coca-Cola commercial. Now you the motherfucking Bilbo Baggins of YouTube. My precious. Good evening. Hey, what's going on, Kianda? God bless Swing 3. What's going on? Me too. Thank you enough for writing my Cash App in there, guys. And guys, feel free because I think Dab is going to need a new damn cell phone. That's for damn sure. And I'm old one. I just have to pay this one off. I think he said I owe like $150. The goddamn phone was $800, don't you know? $800 for a fucking cell phone. But hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. So if I pay this one off, I can start a new lease or something like that or whatever. So if you guys want to donate, I appreciate it. I would like to get out of the lease on this phone and give me a new phone. The problem is when you stream on these things or whatever, the processors and all that burn. I had a whole conversation when I got this phone. That's why I told him, I said, I need a, I think at the time it was an ATM processor or one of those. I said, I need this processor and I need to do 120. And 120, what is that? I think it's GHz or whatever. I forgot the correct acronym at the time, but I needed to do 120. It's a frame rate of 120, then it's 120 right now currently. I think it's the highest here in America. Then it's 90. 90 is pretty fast too, but when you're doing like streaming, like we are, it takes a lot away from it. What happens is it's delayed. So actually, the real time that I'm here with you guys are getting it probably like a second or 2 seconds behind. That's why sometimes you guys will go to somebody's podcast and the podcast is ending, is because it's a whole streamline it has to take. And depending on your frame rate speed, that could be the thing. So for cell phones right now, the fastest frame rate speed is 120. So that allows us to be on Twitch, here on YouTube or wherever, and be able, or Instagram or whatever, and not only be able to stream consistently but fluidly. The other thing is I wanted to make sure that my camera did 4K. Now, even though once they do the processing and you film in 4K and you stream in 4K here, the reason my processing takes so long, my processing on my videos takes like a day. So on my end, the only thing I'm seeing is a blue line that's saying processing. It's not the length of the video, it's the rendering it has to do. So it's actually dumbing down my footage. But if they did it at 1080, it'll dumb it down to 720. That's Barney Rubble. Hey, it's T, baby. Now, she ain't been live today. She's learned the clever trick of walking away. You have to walk away sometimes. And the reason I walk away, I take breaks for a day or two or whatever, and I do far way more work than she does. Especially what you guys got coming up this month from me. As you guys know, I'm at Trump Tower. I go everywhere. I've covered the Jonathan Majors trial. I've covered 50th anniversary of hip hop. I was there. You know, you guys got to enjoy that. I hope you did. The Book of Hove in Brooklyn. Like, we actually go places on my channel. And that's why I don't demand people donate, but I say it only intensifies the enjoyment you'll have in the places I go if you do donate, if that makes any sense. And I like doing these things. I'll actually have some good stuff for you guys this week, I think. Yeah, it'll be this week. This week's the 14th, so it'll be this week. Shout out to Craig. Craig, I'm going to see y'all up there. What up, Boo Capone? West Coast, what's going on, man? Welcome to the NYC Tri-State. So I'm going to check those guys out, and hopefully we'll have a great time or whatever. Don't ever mock me. Don't mock me. I think, honestly and truthfully, with this Jaguar thing, back to the conversation, I think, honestly and truthfully, a Jaguar has quite of a pickle. And her pickle is exactly this. As you keep conning these people, you keep talking to these people on YouTube, on your channel, even your subscribers, they're now turning against you. And the reason they're turning against you, and if I may effortlessly say, the reason they're turning against you, Jaguar, is because of the pure simple fact that you have no real dignity anymore. And let me tell you what I mean by that. People in poverty have different tiers. There's different levels of poverty. Some of your finest physicians, clinicians, theologists, and many others come from this ilk of poverty. When they come out of poverty, it's usually by the means of something they have learned along the way, that they have learned to turn into a commodity and have that commodity in return draw into revenue or some type of residual income. This chick literally has music. And I want y'all to understand this. This chick literally has songs that she owns. This is our business, the music industry. She has songs that she owns. Most artists don't have that. And the only thing she's got to do to get the bag up, you talk about this Philadelphia and all that, you wouldn't have to make it look like a scam if you just sell your songs. That's why I kept saying, do the music. Do the music. I really wasn't trying to put this broad out there as far as her business. I didn't want y'all to know, because y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all not from this business here, I wouldn't know. But I didn't want y'all to look and see like, oh, yo, she has some songs given to her. I'm gonna read y'all comment in 2 seconds. I didn't want y'all to look and say, oh, so this is why she got let go of a record label. I had to do all this in turn, in reality, to put focus on what her reality is. It's not that you're panhandling, bitch. It sound like you're lazy. If they want to hear the old Jaguar, then you re-release your joint as the old Jaguar. As you retain your motherfucking presence, you then demand at the minimum, because you had a Coca-Cola commercial, I want $5,000 per appearance. I don't want to be nobody's backup singer. At the minimum, you get $1,000. But then you fuck that up because they put you on a no-flight list. So you got to go and fight that. Spend your time wisely, young girl. Spend your time wisely, because your time is diminishing. All of us is. And you're sitting here trying to be the top dog on motherfucking YouTube, as you describe it. YouTube. This is not a person that's of mental sound. And I've heard something else, is something that Regina repeated today that was kind of interesting to me as well, now that I rehash it, which is this fact. It's something I said to y'all. I said, a couple people had said she had been nutty for a while, and it was just gradual. You know, if you knew what to look for, you would see there was some mental shit going on. I just got to get comfortable, y'all. It was some mental shit going on in the first place. So, you know, over the years, which happens with a lot of families, especially, you know, families, I would say the last 2 decades, and nobody was talking about this mental health shit until recently, in my opinion. You know, like, from the time I grew up, you know, if you had a fucking mental problem, so fucking what? You better figure it out. Unless you were like mentally handicapped or something like that, then we don't say shit about that. But if you had like, you know, oh, well, he twitches sometimes, or he gets depressed, so fucking what? Go throw a football with this fucking pump. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times it just really be that. They're like the kid's not active, and when he is active, he's active with other girls, and you know, it's a myriad of different things or whatever the case may be. But my point I'm getting at here is, with girls, it's a little bit slightly different, because it can be from all kinds of various different things. With guys, I feel most of the time, a lot of the times, it's very specific. But with women, it could be from a myriad of different things. You understand what I'm saying? And it's harder to point it out because girls are less vocal than men. With men, a man generally can go in and describe to a motherfucker what's wrong with him, why it's wrong with him, and what can we do to fix it. Now, they want a solution. A woman wants an ear. She wants an ear. She wants an ear so you can hear her. She wants an ear so you can listen to her. She wants an ear so you can motherfucking understand her. And you got to understand going in, that's what the fuck she gonna want. Your time and your motherfucking patience. Please listen to my goddamn story. Is that fucking fair, ladies? And I give it a lot. I had to do it all my life. Sometimes it gets fucking irritating, but you say to yourself, yeah, you care for this person, you love this person to death, so yeah, you worth that. Out of the few people I would do that for, I'll do it for you. You understand what I'm saying? And then it becomes special. But when you're looking for people's empathy and sympathy and looking for some dollars behind it, and you got other options, so that shit I don't ride with. You don't even need to go to the fucking studio right now. If you own those songs, do you all not understand what I'm telling y'all? She owns music that she can repackage, resell, put a fucking cover on it, put it on CD, baby, and sell that shit. And you sitting over here digital panhandling with motherfuckers. Because it's different. It's different for us asking for donations and you guys for our time versus somebody that's on here and they demanding donations. Y'all motherfuckers better pay up. I did that last live just a minute ago. I did that an hour and a half. I mentioned my Cash App 2 times. It's pinned at the bottom of the screen if y'all do want to donate to my Cash App. I appreciate it. But it's not demanded. I'm not holding a gun to your head like, you motherfuckers gonna pay what you owe. Huggy Pampers. Like, fuck out of here. That's a good point, Dabin. I believe Jag is premenopausal, hormones out of whack, and is heightening her already unmedicated illness factory. I agree with that. She should be doing gigs somewhere. Yeah. Like, guys, she literally... Trevor, rewrite your comment. They retracted it. Miss T, baby. What's going on, y'all? Jag had a spiritual live earlier, pulling her heartstrings on the religious folks and scamming their name. And that's another thing, too. I'm going to get into that. No, she in the bush. I don't give a fuck if she here or not. She know how that is. What up, Kiana? Thank you, Miss T. You too. What's going on? Hey there, God bless us 23. What's going on? If she was mentally stable, she could be doing gigs somewhere. But because she's not, it's like it's hard for her to move right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't take somebody like that and put them in a professional environment and then, because this is all presumptuously, all right? I don't know her diagnosis, so I have to say presumptuously. But in my opinion, you can't take somebody like that, put them in their environment. I mean, I've been in that environment. I toured with the artists. I worked at the company. All you guys know this here on YouTube, so it's like I don't have to prove myself. But like out of 17 years working, I know when I see somebody that's, you know, they fucking with this type of pill or that type of pill, they drinking too much. You know, that was the case with Black Rob. Black Rob drank a lot. You know, everybody knew it. You know what I'm saying? It was a couple other artists too that drank a lot. DMX, he was one of them. My brother was Round D, but I mean everybody knew. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, make no mistake about it. All the way back to the, you know, the Stones, to the fucking, even right here in New Haven, Connecticut, the one, what was his name? Jim Morrison from the Doors. He was arrested here. There's a famous picture of him getting arrested right there in New Haven. But he died of drugs in France. Jimi Hendrix. Like, I told y'all the story about Clive Davis and how Clive Davis was brought up on charges for giving his artists drugs and shit like that. And at the time, most of his artists were rock musicians. He didn't get into doing R&B acts and all that shit till much later. Pimping God. And when your family come from church, it's one of the worst sins you could ever do. I'm gonna say that for y'all again. Pimping God and you come from a church background is one of the worst things you could ever do. Pimping God and you come from a church background is one of the worst things you could ever do. Pimping God and you come from a church background would be one of the worst things you could ever do. So I'm gonna say it like this, and I'm gonna say it very simply. If you go on your lives and you don't talk about God in a natural way, you don't talk about God with no intent of donations, you talk about God that's out of the kindness of your heart or however you feel, spiritually, whatever whatever your picking is. There's a difference between doing that and there's a difference between using it as a stepping stone to gather emotion. That's why I said it's a very psychological play that she makes on her audience, where she tries to like shame them into donating to her and her situation. You know what I'm saying? Her enablers. Jag main problem is she's a pathological liar, plays in our faces and everything from mental health to religion. Best thing for Jag is the mental health hold or prison or off YouTube. Yeah, she does need to get off YouTube. I think so too. Peace and bless. What's up, House of Queens TV? Claims she always completes her goals. When? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What the win? What's the goal though? What was the goal? What's the goal? To be a professional YouTube liar? I don't get it. Like, what was the goal? Like, tell me a goal she got accomplished. You're on YouTube and you're here with us every day, right? And you're literally, I want the whole audience, y'all write this in the chat if y'all agree. You here on us every day and you're talking about what's going on, blah, 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 in your personal life. You don't really have a place to live at. I mean, you got a place to stay and a place to live at is two different things. Trust me, I know. So you got a place to stay at right now, but you don't have a place to live at. You don't have no physical address like that, or whatever. Regina doing better than you. Regina doing better than you. Like, let's keep it a buck. Regina doing better than you. She got a job. She ain't on the sofa no more. She ain't all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? She ain't got to jump on this bitch and, you know what I'm saying, tell lies to gather people's emotions. That is just some despicable shit. Y'all better I'm going to say this one time, dude. Y'all better motherfucking donate to me if y'all over there donate to that fucking liar. That shit's crazy. You lie and you get donations. You're honest and you're objective and everything else and you don't get nothing. What kind of fucking country we live in now? I don't like that shit. I'm not good with that lying shit. Mm-mm. I'm not been good with that lying shit. I don't like that shit. Mm-mm. Yeah. YouTube security said Regina got her own glow up. I'm glad she got away. Yeah, place to lay it, exactly. A place to lay up at. You said that shit right, God bless us. You said that shit exactly right. You got a place to lay up. Hey, yo, look here. Shout out to OG Patrice. But Patrice, you a good woman. Stop supporting that bullshit. Stop supporting that bullshit over there. Seriously, stop supporting that shit. I know you still watch me. And I say that respectfully because I respect the shit out of you. But stop supporting that shit. It's not a good look. Trust me. You be on there promoting their fucking Cash App and shit, and you know them two. Listen, I'm gonna call it how it is. My sisters will call you this. You know them two bitches are swindling. You know. Oh, you already know? You ain't know? Everybody in the fucking YouTube sphere here with us know. Them bitches are swindling. Now, it's been a good swindle. Y'all should have had more than... Listen, y'all just don't realize how long I've been here on YouTube. I've been here on YouTube for 3 years. I didn't start. This is why I have thousands and thousands of followers, all right? I ain't trying to be cocky. I'm being real. Now, y'all can see that right there by the thing. I'm moving over here so I get some light, y'all. The sun's going down. Let me get my drink, too. Now, at around about the time that she started here on YouTube, I started here on YouTube, right? And so, I amassed my followers quicker than she did. Believe it or not. I had my YouTube channel solely for myself before she even had a YouTube channel. She didn't have a YouTube channel to... I think they kicked her off or something. Like something happened over Instagram with her and her shit got locked. And I'm gonna get back to what Regina was talking about in a minute. And her shit got locked. I really remember this. And her account got locked or something happened. I'm not sure exactly what, but something happened with her account over at IG. And so she got on thinking that was her playground. That's what she launched off on. She launched off her IG. You see what I'm saying? So I went over there. And I remember her page was down. Let me see right there. I remember her page was down and shit. So I'm like, yo, that's crazy. So her page had to be down for how long? I want to say it was a while too. It wasn't just a short amount of time. It was a while, guys. Dad, in all serious, unless authorities get to her, I believe she's going to get hurt by someone. Yeah, I'll tell you who the someone is. TJ. Yo, y'all don't believe me, right? Yo, everything I love, TJ gonna swell that bitch up. I swear to God to you. TJ gonna swell that bitch the fuck up. I'm telling you. It's coming. It's coming. I'm telling you. Regina got her own glory. Yes, you do. God bless. I pray authorities get to her. I'm going after subscribers. It's all a pawn, it seems like, and that's the sad thing about it. Like, it seems like these chicks, like, I ain't gonna say they scamming, but everybody's saying you scamming. I mean, after a minute or two, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't perpetuate if you hear this, Jag, and be like, oh my God, he called me a scammer. Everybody calling you a scammer. Everybody. I got some candy in my mouth, y'all. Pour me. But everybody calling you a scammer, Mom. Come on. It's just me. I remember something your girlfriend asked you the other night. Jaguar, you never really responded to it the way I thought you should have responded to it. I remember your girlfriend asked, she said, TJ I'm talking about, she said, well, I heard you was the leader of the troll farm. She said, well, did you think that? Did you really think that? You didn't think I heard that shit, huh? She said, did you really think that? You thought I was the leader of the troll farm? And she just kind of like, you know how somebody try to explain some shit? Y'all know what I mean? Like they were trying to explain some shit. Well, if that was the case, don't you think I would have? And I'm like, bitch, yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? You know what I mean? And she never got to the point where she said yes or no, and that disturbed me. They were trying to say this purported troll farm that she always speaks so much of actually was orchestrated by her in reality, and not the people she's claiming, which I'm not going to use their names in that territory, but based on the people she's claiming, not them. Actually, it was started by her. Now, this came out of her own girlfriend's mouth. This is about a week back when they were arguing with each other. I'm gonna read you guys' comments in a second. This comes back about a week or so when they was arguing with each other, whatever the case may be, and I saw that, and I said, "Oh wow, really? Huh? That's interesting." That she would ask her that question, but you're making a suggestion that it's two other entities that comprise together to get you offline or some shit. And I was like, "Hold up, this bitch is wild." You, the one that probably may have orchestrated the troll farm, Jaguar, but you out here pointing fingers at men specifically, at this men of color or this whoever. Because you go after women too, evidently. Like, shit, I would listen, man. You got to have that goddamn it on you all the time. Niggas want to get at you, bro. I can tell. Like, the shit you make up, the shit you go with, it's just like, it's crazy. But your own girl is accusing you, and she said, I thought you was part of the makeup or the person who made the troll farm. And of course, you're gonna make it a little bigger than what it is. Like, that's another thing I don't do. I don't try to make shit a little bigger than what it is. It is what it is. Hey, one thing anybody that know me will tell you is, if I tell you that, like, that's what it is. It's nothing else. That's not on no tough guy shit or nothing. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Somebody asked me a question about old girl. I couldn't answer it the way I wanted to, but you know, it is what it is. Of course, I can't answer it like that. But I appreciate you giving me the opportunity, just in case it ever, you know, what's behind me. So anyway, listen, it's funny, but Jaguar and her witchcraft, which is making you feel sorry for her, devising up and conjuring up different motives and motifs or whatever's the storylines to feed to people to get their sympathy and empathy to draw and extract money from. These things are a problem. And as I make this slow, subtle transition, I want y'all to hear what I mean by this, because there's another woman that's involved in something just like this, and I have to use this point, and just not only to segue into it, but just to talk about and mention it, and then segue back to Jaguar and segue back to that. This is what I'm talking about. Have y'all all gotten familiar with motherfucking Brick BAE, as I call her? Y'all know who Brick BAE is? I give y'all a moment to gather everything together. Brick BAE. That's the chick that says she got hit with the side of the bait. I don't think TJ to be trusted either. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. Well, Brick BAE, well, there's been some motherfucking search and discovery on this motherfucker. Oh, this is a full fraud. We got Carly Russell. We got Amber Heard, part motherfucking 3. This broad, now fuck that. Because what she did, this bitch, and ladies, I want y'all to start saying that shit too. Say it with your chest, like Kevin Hart said. Say it with your chest too when you're online. This bitch. This is where you'll start the separation between the real women and the ladies versus this riff-raff and trash out this motherfucker using and abusing the women's movements. My job is not to take the women's movement out. I don't want to do that. No. It's got its place. They do their job. I want to get the motherfuckers out of the way that are making the women's movement look something other than, and taking it to another direction to where it's not supposed to be. And we all know socially, as men being architects of the motherfucking world here, and all our contributions we put in, we know that is not just so. The average motherfucking man can hammer up some curtains. You get what I'm saying? So he has the skill to pick up a hammer and a nail. And innately use that motherfucker was taught and trained well. I know this because my father worked with his hands his whole entire fucking life. So, let me tell y'all fucking something. When you build something, you gotta be careful whether it's good or bad. And the reason I say that, because without light there cannot be day, without day there cannot be light, as it's so written. This will make sense in a minute. If you're orchestrating some nefarious shit like BAE did, you got to remember, don't do it 2 years or 3 years later. No, broad. Wait till at least 10 years to pull the scam again. So it was two things about this broad that I found out, because I knew there was some bullshit in it. You'll skid some women went around slapping folks. Don't think she deserve an attack with a brick. There's always consequences. But wait 1 minute, Trevor. Wait 1 minute. And YouTube security knows what I'm talking about. This broad has done this shit before. Oh, yeah, I got a new piece of information I'm going to put on y'all in a few minutes. Just give me a few minutes. I got you. But this broad has done this before. Oh, my God, I got attacked. These men are jealous because I'm in college. Gentlemen, ladies, I've been all across the country. Compound, Aces, Fountain Blue, King of Diamonds, the Clevelander. I've been in all these places multiple times. Not just one time, two, multiple times. Partied there with stars, partied there with DJ Envy, because he was a DJ there 3-4 times we went there. R.I.P. to Big Cap, who was one of the DJs in Miami at the Clevelander 1 year. That was the first time and the only time I got to meet Big Cap. Shout out to him, Big Dog, Pit Bulls, Funk Master Flex, all that. Shout out to him. Let me tell y'all something, man. When you're putting together and you're orchestrating something nefarious or something good for the internet, you better have your direction clear. And see, what shares with Jaguar, WRIGHT, and BAE is, they are orchestrators of confusion online. You didn't hear what I said? They are orchestrators of confusion and know how to manipulate the empathy of certain individual, and if I have to say correctively, a mass of people. We have never lived in a time ever. I'm not even old, so I'm still young. And I have never seen a time where so many people go around reaching for empathy of others on a repeated daily basis. This is worse. Like, I bet if I asked my mom or something, she would tell me this is worse than the hippie days. You know, hey, man, we got to save these squirrels, man. You know, shit like that. This shit is something different. This is like, listen, I'm a piss, pussy, poor individual normally. And I need y'all allocation to get me through society and navigate me through the world. People talk all the shit they want to about a drug dealer, but at least a drug dealer will get his ass up and go cut up some shit and go sell it. At least they got some motivation. A motherfucker that orchestrates shit like this, they put it in their head for a long time. And it's usually an individual like BAE, like Jaguar, WRIGHT, that have some leaner mental issues. I listen to how that girl talks. That girl talks erratic, without direction when she talks. She talks like she's superficial over everyone. And I notice that little attitude coming out of a lot of young girls nowadays. They're very superficial, like, oh, I'm guaranteed, I'm privileged. No, you're not. And you're going to find that out when they take your little brown, black, or olive complected ass down there to the motherfucking jail cell. Yes, everyone's doing that. That's what Trevor said. He said, I guess there's an issue going on to reboot. Yeah, it's looking like a motherfucker. Damn. My phone acting up. I'm chilling at the canal. Yeah, I'm buffering too. On the first, my bad. On the first, my bad. I don't know what she. It goes so up. You froze again? Yeah. And she like a hustle. Y'all need work. Still on my way. Yo, you stupid. I'm reading back comments, y'all. Yo, I don't know what's going on. I'm taking everybody. Yo, it's funny. Ain't it funny? Okay, so YouTube having issues. That's what people are saying here in the chat. And Cash App just had issues too. That sounds weird, right? That is crazy. So somebody else said here, Danny McClava said, yo, that is crazy. My phone acting up. I'm chilling at the crib. Yeah, I'm buffering. Everybody's talking about their buffering or whatever. I don't know what's going on, guys. I really don't. I don't do no lives and start them and then I'm not continuing to talk. Like that's weird. Like I don't know, man. Anyway, I'm sorry about that, y'all. Thank you very much. I'm sorry about that, y'all. Like I know I had y'all attention when I was talking about. I just lost everyone in here, but I'm just going to continue for those that are remaining here. Um, evidently some issues with YouTube today. That's what everybody's saying here in the chat and left the comments of. I just simply went back. Let me tell you a way to get around it. I went I went and closed the app, opened the app back up, hit go live, and then it's going to give you an option to resume the last live. I hit resume and then it started. But once it locked out, and y'all see I didn't even go off the page. It just does it. I don't know. I'm thinking like, oh, okay, it's probably the phone because I've dropped it so much, like and stuff like that, or whatever. With the case on, I'm gonna take a picture of my phone so y'all can see it. Y'all be like, "Oh, okay, he telling the truth. This shit is wrong." But the screen is cracked and everything. I can get the screen fixed and everything, but I think it's like internally with the phone now. It's like, so I'm thinking it's me. The case I was getting at is a lot of people use these empathy ploys or whatever to garner, money out of people, whatever. Sometimes the slow grind is better than no grind. I had a live that messed up. I was going an hour, and then this one's coming approaching an hour right now, so I'm gonna probably make this an hour 15 for the people that I accidentally logged out of or whatever. Sometimes you just don't get donations. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you just got to eat that and keep on moving. And like, if this is what you do and what you choose or whatever, you got to pick ways to do things. You know what I'm saying? And intensify with what you're doing. But creating a string of lies over and over on a daily basis at one time or another's got to start getting boring. You know what I mean? That's got to start looking nauseating. And that's what I'm seeing a lot of YouTubers opt to do nowadays, where they're just taking on the profession of being professional liars. You know? And I ain't into that lying shit. I ain't into that lying shit. And that's what I see Jaguar, and that's what I see this girl doing. This girl pulled the same trick, the one we call a brick BAE. She pulled the same trick back in 2020. And she was in a parking lot somewhere, just like she was in a parking lot now. And I'm mad that a lot of more females are not calling this broad out. Y'all got to separate yourself from the riffraff. Just like you're commandeering and commanding the men in society of all different races. I don't know too many of my white friends that want to be compared to Harvey Weinstein or Joel Epstein. I don't know none of my Italian and Greek friends that I've hung out with and known all my damn life. I don't know none of them motherfuckers that want to be compared to any one of that son of a bitches. I don't know any of my black friends that want to be compared to fucking OJ or somebody else that you could think of. I don't know any of my Latin friends that want to be compared to, the Hillside Stranglers, nothing like that. So you get what I'm saying here? This woman did the same thing back in 2020. And she wasn't as popular on YouTube in 2020. Is that fair to say? So Brick BAE, she was standing in the parking lot. She said, "Oh my God, I just got swung on or whatever by these men. These men just swung on me for no reason whatsoever. Somebody called the police. They're jealous of my education. I'm just a young sister trying to get it." And this bitch pulled this shit. And I hate that a lot of people are pulling out. "Oh, well, she's American. She speaks English. She lives in America. She's an American citizen. She goes to a foreign country right now. They're going to look at her as a foreign American." All this separation shit y'all trying to do for pride, I mean, it's greater to parade or some shit like that, but it will serve you no purpose in the greater atmosphere. Right now, if motherfuckers wanted to turn off the lights in multiple continents, they could do it, all be inclusive of people look just like you and me. You understand what I'm saying here? Use your mind. I'm not anti-against it. I've even typed at Tariq Nasheed and told him I'm not against it. I'm not against the FBA movement. Why would I be? Why would I be? Huh? But what I am against is some of the directions of some of the people that are attached to it and the things they try to give you. If you think something's true based on somebody else's interpretation, and this would lead up to the support of people like Jaguar and the support of people like Brick BAE. Because if you think that these people are naturally telling the truth because they've been oppressed in this matter based off what somebody else explained to you, based off their interpretation of what they think oppression is, and it may not be just generally a motherfucker acting like an asshole. There are assholes out here amongst us. You got to learn how to separate that. And what I'm saying is, I've watched now where countless times, not only Jaguar, right? Not only BAE, as we call her, the one that got hit with the brick and had the hematoma on the side of her face. We've seen now that these women are liars. And now I've ascertained another video with this girl in a parking lot, 2020, that mirrors the video that you guys see in this viral right now. It mirrors. It's literally, oh my God, these men, they hit me in my face. They just got beat up. They're mad at me because I got my education. It's like, I hate when they, you think you're the only person who went to college? Do you really think that? You must have not learned shit there. Because I went to school with tons of motherfuckers at college that were fucking, like, they thought they were geniuses, and then when they got into the real world, you find out who they really were. You just a normal motherfucker with that memorizes shit pretty good. You don't know how to execute any of it, really. I saw that in the music industry when I was there for years. It was so many people that would come in and they would be like, they would have this notion and this narcissism within the back of their mind to project to everyone, I went to college. No, that's new for you. That's new for you and your family. It's not new for me and my family. Every last one of my uncles, every last one of my aunts, except for 2, went to college. And prior to that, they were in the military. My aunt Elaine Casey was my freaking 4th grade English teacher. I talk about this all the time. I have another aunt right now that works with special needs kids. She just had a birthday this recently and celebrated her, 32nd wedding anniversary? And then what is your education background in? Don't tell me you have an education, you have a fucking liberal arts degree. I will laugh you out of a fucking room. And try to pretend to be conservative. You know, I learned this when I was working in the music industry. All the motherfuckers that talk ultra conservatives, you always got to watch out for this octave and tone, and whites do it too. All the motherfuckers that are the wannabes, they all talk like this. Hi, how are you doing? Oh my God, oh, that's great. My God, yeah. You know, that little pre-pubescent, 9th grade twattage voice, I like to call it. I know guys on the shoreline that made millions. Italian, Greek kids. I put up pictures of us together. I grew up with these guys. I worked in the music industry for 17 fucking years, for now a multi-billionaire. And one thing I saw unilateral with every motherfucker that doesn't have a job in the music industry anymore because they just faded out versus somebody that got fired. That's very different. The thing that I see unilaterally with them, they all had that same tone and octave in their voice. Oh my God, I'm like, how are you? And I'm like, yo, I've seen some of these motherfuckers online and now, you know, they have to get different professions and shit like that. And they just don't have it in them anymore. Everybody doesn't have it in us like people can come back. Like a Joe Budden can come back, Matt Hoffa can snap back. Like everybody can't do this on YouTube like we do it. You understand? And so what makes it funny is a lot of these people I'm mentioning it with the music industry that talked in that octave or whatever, it also trail lines into YouTube as well. And so whenever I hear somebody talking, oh my God, I say, oh shit, we got one. We got one, boys. We got one. Reel her in. Go ahead and reel her in. Reel her in. Reel her in. Now that's fucked up. She said she was beat for not giving a guy her number. She wasn't beat for, I think what I'm trying to tell you is this bitch is lying. She did the same thing in 2020. And yes, I call her a bitch. You will never garner, and my sisters would call you a bitch. If more specifically, they would call you a lying ass bitch. I reserve no motherfucking notoriety. I reserve no motherfucking less of a lashing for females, as much as masculine as a lot of these broads is walking out here nowadays. But I definitely don't hold it for a thief or a motherfucking liar. You'll never get that shit out of me. Fuck you. Go ahead and do what you got to do then. Because you'll never get that out of me. Ever. I know what real ladies are. I grew up in a house with real women. I got sisters. I know what real women are. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend and play pretend with you because of motherfuckers' emotions, wherever way it go, and however you feel about Jaguar, however you feel about BAE, either or, and deliver to the people what is a fucking lie. This chick had a doppelganger of the same fucking act in 2020. It didn't go any fucking where because she didn't have any numbers. Now that she got numbers, she rehashed the same bullshit that she did in 2020, and I got the fucking clip of it. And now she's reportedly pushing it towards females and pushing it towards all these feminist groups, making all these different headlines for a complete fucking lie. Once again, back to what I was saying earlier, y'all gotta stop supporting these motherfuckers and start supporting real motherfuckers that's on here online talking about real shit. And Jaguar, WRIGHT, and BAE, they running amok out here, and the types that's like her. It's not just black females that's doing it, it's white females that's doing it. It's Spanish females that's doing it. It's Asian bitches that's doing it too. It's all kinds of riffraff doing it. From this shit is multinational twattage at its best. Can you see this? Now it's working. Yeah, I can see it. So who really hit BAE? All right, so what I think is what somebody else said too. You can, certain types of drugs can force a human tolling to form on your face like that. Another thing, and I'm gonna give y'all my theory. Another thing is someone can hit you with a brick, yes, but they can hit you lightly with the brick or whatever the case may be. Now, from what I'm being told, she was sitting out there prior to that, and I put up another video which is down below, so y'all go check that out too. She was sitting there prior, and she was taunting the man, calling the man all kinds of names or all kinds of shit like that, or whatever. She put herself in a position where she could be harmed, and she was reluctantly hoping that her gender would hold her at no fail and would save her, and ma'am, it fucking did not. It did not. And I kept telling you ladies, and I've been telling you ladies, stop challenging fucking men out here. Yeah, this not your brother. Chicks be talking to men like, that's my brother. I talk to my brother like that. I talk to my cousins like that. I talk to the people in my neighborhood like that. All right, cool. They fucking know you. I don't fucking know you. And men, if these women are in your family, you need to start teaching them, hey, you can be harmed. No, you are not the baddest motherfucker in the streets. There are badder motherfuckers out here. I've seen girls, there's a story about these 4 girls in Chicago this recently, and Nate, you might have heard about this. They stomped the shit out of this dude, took his car, and it's all on video. Should I treat them like ladies? No, you need to put one in one of the little bitches. Then they'll learn. Put a hot one in that bitch's leg. You ain't got to kill her. Put one in her leg. I guarantee you they won't do that shit again. I guarantee you that much. They stomped. This was a black dude. They stomped the shit out of him. It's on video. I can't put it up here on YouTube. You research it, you'll find it. It's on. It made the news. So when you get these violent women, when you get these, and Jaguar's obviously kind of violent, you know what I mean? I heard her on the phone yelling at TJ. I ain't say that. What you say to say? I'm like, yo, if you sound like this and you know you being recorded, I can imagine what the fuck you sound like when people don't know, you don't think nobody listening. You see what I'm saying here? You got to be off the pamper. She off the pamper. Not off the hook, off the pamper with it. Shit. Y'all ain't hear none of that audio when she's talking to TJ this recently, the recent one? Ain't none of y'all hear that? Hey, what's going on? Appreciate you being here. Her GoFundMe is around 30K. I'm about to go into that. The bitch set up a GoFundMe account at her own behest. Not somebody else did it for her. The bitch set up a GoFundMe at her own behest. Now, like I said, I got a theory, and it's possible people were saying that, yo, I was there, I witnessed the whole thing. I put up that video, and the young man said at that time, he said, hey, listen, I was there to witness the whole thing. She's known in our community, the Somalian community, as being a troublemaker and an asshole, and generally just someone that's distasteful to be around. And I said, hey, generally speaking, multiple women from multiple nationalities are like that nowadays. The average woman nowadays is a fucking jerk or an asshole. You don't even want to speak to them. You're like, oh, what the fuck I want to talk to you for? You know what I mean? You're just going to say some dumb, silly shit that I just don't care to engage with. You know what I mean? Or some sarcastic remark or something like. And I've heard guys from the highest tier of guys to the lowest tier of guys say also now it's really the same thing. If you meet a nice girl out here nowadays and she's like generally speaking, just a good person and want to have the conversation, you're a very lucky man. Most women, they have like this jump point, in my opinion, especially here online, where it's like they just try to like, they'll do anything to take you down. Like the motherfuckers is rolling with motherfucking TJ and Jag right now. They gonna turn on her at a certain point. Trust me when I tell you that. They're gonna turn on her at a certain point. Thanks, Trevor. Because it doesn't show he's live, but I hear him now. Thank you. Yeah, this shit is fucked up. That's crazy. Carmen, when Carmen finds him. Yeah, she was talking about the live thing. Yeah, there's something wrong with YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, there's definitely something wrong with YouTube. There's something wrong with this phone as well. I don't know, man, but the shit shut down my motherfucking internet because it just did the same thing. It went. I went to, for example, I went to Google. It just froze up last time. It showed that I had no fucking internet service. I was like, how the fuck is that? I didn't pay my phone bill, you know what I mean? Those two, TJ and Jag, don't even realize they about to be up for sale and up for auction in a minute from the same motherfuckers they hanging around. I'm trying to tell you, one of them little motherfuckers they put on the screen every night is about to flip on them. You understand what I'm saying? And I ain't even be homeboy. What's his name that she always calls out or whatever. I ain't gonna say his name. I don't be saying niggas' names. That nigga Pork Chop, he turned on him. Pork Chop did a video. Pork Chop said, fuck that hussy, that skeezer. He said, fuck them skeezers. Shout out to Pork Chop. Pork Chop had the hat on this week. He said, fuck that. Y'all ain't gonna make fun of my George Jefferson no more. I ain't got time to be shaving everything in the back. Listen, Pork Chop, you got to keep a straight razor on you. You understand what I'm saying? Get you a Gillette. They're the best ones. They got the 3 or 4 blades on. You look like you got them hot dog rolls in the back of your neck, so you probably gonna need the 4 blade. You know, you need that smooth glide. Follow me. Smooth glide. You see what I'm saying? Smooth glide. So you want to take that bitch and hit right up there. Let me show you something, Pork Chop. I lied to you not, Pork Chop. I got my satchel here, my shoulder satchel. This is what we rock up here this way. You know what I'm saying? I keep one with me. You never know. You never know, Pork Chop. That might be the day you need a quick tune-up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit, I got to hit this spot or whatever. You always keep it's somewhere in here, Pork Chop. I just don't know where it is. But I keep an extra razor on me. You understand what I'm saying? Always, Pork Chop. So shout out to Pork Chop. Pork Chop flipped on them broads, too. And Pork Chop interviewed him. But if you looked at Pork Chop, you could always tell he was a shiesty bitch-ass nigga for the get-go. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got to do is just look at Pork Chop. You be like, oh, that's a bitch-ass nigga. I mean, the nigga said it himself. He said, I wasn't the most popular person in high school. I said, I bet you wasn't. You don't say. You fucking with me, right? What's going on, Yasmin? That was crazy. I don't know who Pork Chop is. I ain't telling y'all who that motherfucker is. He promoted me, but you promoted me in the wrong way, nigga. You should have asked me what I said and what I was saying. Fuck you waiting to the end of your interview with Jaguar Wright. Ask her. And what was this guy dabbing? Like I'm some putt ass nigga. Nigga, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Still fuck that nigga. For real. I'm dead ass serious. Like you should have asked that. That should have been the first question you asked all the views and fucking. You know these niggas still got these 2 young men. I'm just saying it like that. These 2 motherfuckers got working. I don't know what's going on. I appreciate y'all patience with me. I will resurface with this. I'm also throwing some uploads for y'all, whatever. So don't worry, I'm still here at the channel, whatever. I'm not doing this on purpose. I don't know what's going on, but evidently there's something that keeps on triggering this thing to cut off. So I'm just gonna leave it for the minute. I'll come back to it or whatever. But don't y'all find it funny that the day before yesterday, it was a freaking problem with what's the name with Cash App there. And now here it is a day and a half later, now it's a problem with YouTube. It's like funny. What you trying to send us a warning or something? Like what the fuck? Anyway, I will talk to you guys later on. Guys, feel free if you do, if you don't, if you do, I appreciate it. Hit up the Cash App $. STRINGERBELL80. I promise I'm not going to buy no Fetty Wap with your money. I'll talk to you guys later. Again, guys, sorry about that. Thanks to everybody that was here. Let me click this one. It does the same thing again. I'll talk to you guys later.